Hello, boys and girls. How are y'all doing today? I am so excited. My name is Miss Massey, and I will be your teacher today and tomorrow. We are going to focus on how to retell a story by naming the events in the order in which they happened. The story we're going to read about today, I think all of you can relate to because it's about things that happen in your everyday life. Think about it. Have you ever brushed your teeth? Could you tell someone how to do that? Have you ever gotten dressed for school in the morning? Yep. And pretty much you do the same routine every day. So in our story today, you're going to help the main character with a routine so that they can get their needs met. But enough about that. Let's talk about why you're here today. Again, I started out with you're going to learn how to retell a story by naming events in the order in which they happened. If you remember last week when Miss Gilligan read to you The Empty Pot, she talked also about retelling, and she talked to you about characters and setting, the beginning, middle, and end, the problem, and the solution. Well, today we're going to use that same strategy to apply it to the story for today. So that strategy is called the triangle, square, circle strategy. Now, if you remember, when you retell a story, you think about what happens first, what happens in the middle, and what happens at the end. And you tend to use a lot of these words first, next, after that, and finally. So when you hear the story today, I'd like you to think about what happens first, what happens in the middle, and what happens at the end. And see if you can recall or listen for some of those words like first, next, after that, and finally. This is called The Very Hungry Teacher by Miss Massey. I'm Miss Massey. I'm an author and I'm a reader. And I hope, boys and girls, that you too will become really good readers if you aren't already. But if you are, I hope that you also become really good writers. And so I'm going to share this story with you today. The Very Hungry Teacher by Miss Massey. One day, Miss Massey was very hungry. She decided to make a bowl of cereal to eat. She went to the kitchen and found a box of cereal, a spoon, a jug of milk, and a bowl. What should she do first? First, get the bowl. Well, what should she do next? Next, pick up the box of cereal. Okay. Then pour some cereal into the bowl. Oh, okay. After that, pour some milk into the bowl with the cereal. Put the spoon into the bowl with the cereal and milk. Finally, Miss Massey is ready to eat. She will not be a hungry teacher anymore. Thank you, boys and girls. Now, it's time for you to retell what happened in the story. Remember, it's helpful to think about things in the correct order when you're retelling a story so that you can remember the most important events and key details. So I want you to think back to the story, and we're going to spend a few minutes retelling. It's time for us to think about our triangle, square, circle chart. And so I'll ask you some questions along the way, and also we'll play a little game for you to be able to retell the sequence of events. So what happened first? Think about that picture. Think about what happened first. If you said Miss Massey was very hungry, you are absolutely correct. Now remember those 3 points in the triangle. We have to tell the main character, we have to tell what the problem was, and we also have to tell the setting. So we know the main character is Miss Massey. Thank you. And then we also know that the problem was she was very hungry. Where did the story mostly take place? That's right, in the kitchen. And how do we know it was in the kitchen? Let's look at the next picture. Well, that looks like a counter right there. And usually cereal, milk, bowls, and spoons are found in the kitchen. So now we know Miss Massey was really hungry and she went to the kitchen. What happened in the middle of the story? Well, she walked in and she saw, what's in the picture? That's right. She saw, that's right. So you would say she saw a bowl, a spoon, some milk, and a box of cereal. Well, what steps did she take to make the cereal? Remember, we want to start using those words first, next, after that, and last, because now we're going to tell the events in the story. Remember, we're at the square part now, and with the square, you tell the things that happened in the sequence of events. So here are the pictures. Here's the first picture. What did she do first? That's right. First, she got a bowl. What did she do next? And you would say next, that's right. Next, she picked up the box of cereal. What did she do after that? And you would say after that, blink, blink, blink. But you really wouldn't say blink, blink, blink. You'd say what she did. So after that, she poured some cereal into a bowl. Well, what did she do next? Next, she poured some milk into the bowl of cereal. And finally, this one's a tricky picture. What did she do finally or last? What did she do? If you said she put the spoon in the bowl, ding, 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 you are exactly right. She put the spoon in the bowl. So we know that she got a bowl, she picked up the box of cereal, then she poured cereal into the bowl. After that, she poured milk into the bowl with the cereal. And finally, she put the spoon in the bowl with the milk and the cereal. So now, what happened at the end of the story? Look at this picture. That's right. She ate the bowl of cereal and she was no longer hungry. Great job, boys and girls. Thank you so much for helping to retell the story. Now I'm going to show you some writing that I did based on our retelling of the story. I wrote, in the beginning, Miss Massey was hungry. She found a bowl, a box of cereal, a spoon, and a jug of milk on the kitchen counter. I wrote that because it tells who the main character was, what happened in the beginning of the story. It also gives me the setting. And it also told me the problem, right? So in the beginning, Miss Massey was hungry. She found a bowl, a box of cereal, a spoon, and a jug of milk on the kitchen counter. She did not know how to make a bowl of cereal. First, she added some cereal, then some milk, and after that, a spoon to the bowl. Finally, she ate the cereal and was not hungry anymore. So, did we use our important words like finally, next, then, after that, in the beginning? I think we did. Also, did we make sure to tell important events and key details? We did. So I think we have a pretty good retelling because the most important part was that it was in order. We started with the beginning, that triangle, then we went to the middle, the square, and finally we ended with wrapping it all up in the circle. So I want you to think a second, and I want you to think about this. Why is it important to retell a story? Now, I want you to either whisper that to yourself, whisper it to one of your toys, if you have that near you, or whisper it to someone close by. Why is it important to retell a story? It's exactly right. It's important to retell a story because you want to be able to tell important events as well as key details. And you want to be able to tell those things in order. I'm so excited to share with you that tomorrow, when you come back, we're going to read a really cool story called Paco and the Giant Chile Plant. Oh, I'm so excited about this story. And of course, as we read the story, we'll think about what happens in the beginning, the middle, and the end, and we will retell. So now that we've talked about why it is important to retell a story, tonight, when you finish today with this lesson, I would like for you to think about something that you do and retell it to a toy, a buddy, or yourself. And boys and girls, I'm so excited that you spent the time with me today, and I really look forward to our time together tomorrow. I'll see you then. Bye-bye for now. Bye.